I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from How Low Can You Go, Book 5 in the Do the Wrong Thing series. Last time, I had rewrites to the scenes where Ava has sex with a guy to get a ride to Concord with her stuff. Between that and what I'm reading tonight, she moved to Concord, hung out with her friend Anja, who started seeing her roommate. She bought the under-the-table cigarettes and got the phone bill that she walked out on. This new chapter title is called Model. As I stand at the modeling agency's reception desk, filling out an application, a man exits a door behind the desk. He looks me up and down approvingly. I smile. Gonna get those teeth fixed? He quips. Sure, I say, reacting with the momentum currently carrying me forward through life. It's the first time anyone has ever mentioned my teeth. I didn't realize the gap was unattractive. Not that I think I'm attractive, but I look young. I'm constantly told that that's all that matters. At 29, I've got 5 or 6 years to model, and if I get discovered, like I've been with art, the money will be phenomenal. If not, the work will sustain me through art school until I'm discovered there as an artist. December 12th, 2017, 6:30 p.m. Here I am, 52 years old, looks long gone, still dreaming of being discovered. Now it's, what a beautiful mind. Einstein said that thing about insanity, that it's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. How do I get off this circuit, this mortal coil? I don't want to see my former errors and faults in better clothing or on an older body or, lol, in a more beautiful mind. I suppose the errors and faults have changed, ground down by time, so they're less erroneous or faultless, less wrong, less capable of harm. I'm less capable of harm, less capable of most things. What I've gained in insight and experience, I've lost in I don't give a fuckness or unrestrained and unfocused power. I'd guess my childhood, with all its prohibitions, rituals, and farmers' distrust of newcomers and novelty, kept me from extreme danger when my wildness was at its peak, protected me from outside, but couldn't hold its own against the vacuum left once religion was gone. Edit. Can we take a minute to honor Einstein's first wife, another ghostly woman who propped up her husband and in those days owner? Many people think she co-created Einstein's most famous theories. Mileva Einstein-Merrick, Einstein's wife until he began an affair, then married his first cousin, both from his father's and mother's sides. Ew. Merrick, a brilliant math student, gave up her academic career to look after Einstein and his 3 kids. That much is evident. One of their sons went mad and had to be institutionalized as an adult. He must have been a sad handful. Many believe she co-authored Einstein's work when they were together. They point to the fact that upon their divorce, Einstein promised to give Merrick any money he won from a Nobel Prize, which they both seem to believe would happen. It did, and Merrick got the monies. Einstein used calculators, as he called them, throughout his later career. These underlings did the grunt work of boring, repeat calculations while he worked out his theories. It's not hard to imagine that she was a calculator early on. The most compelling evidence for her being a co-author, however, is in their letters back and forth to each other when she was in Zurich and he, Germany. They both wrote of our work and when we publish, in reference to the first 4 I don't know how to pronounce this word, treatises that launched Einstein's fame. Those Annus Mirabilis, miraculous year papers included the concept of atoms, the theory of relativity, and the E=mc² equation. Historians speculate that she may have agreed to keep her name off the work to help their career in a world that disdained women. Scratch a hero and find the ones he or she has denied attribution, or the ones that went along with the denial in the early, trusting and love-filled days before the boredom and drudgery arrived. Where was I? What is wrong with women? We incubate and hold that child dough in our hands, yet can't create creatures who respect us. The Jesuits used to say, give me the child for the first 7 years, and I will give you the man. If men can do that, why can't women? Unless that theory that plants use animals of all types, humans included, to spread their seeds, water, and care for them is correct, and that I'm simply looking at the whole situation from the wrong angle. Edit. It's not an Einstein quote. Shit. It's from a Knoxville, Tennessee newspaper article in which an unnamed Al-Anon meeting attendee says, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Somehow it got attributed to Einstein and continues to be. not only by me, but all over the world, over and over again. Nothing about humans makes sense. Two of the Jane's Addiction's neighbors moved to Mexico while a couple of different makeup-wearing rockers move in. The neighbors sign welfare statements for their friends in Mexico and forward their checks to them. You could live really well on $500 in Mexico, Joel, one of the remaining neighbors, tells me. He flicks his fuchsia boa over his zebra print jacket and flutters his mascaraed eyes at me. Cool, I say, understanding why I never really bonded with these glam rockers. Stealing $500 per month and sending it to Mexico. I bought shoes with my welfare checks. Twice, but I would have paid the phone bill. I'm not doing it deliberately and consistently like they are. Twice it was for fun, and the phone bill wasn't my fault. $500 a month. How long will they do it for? What if they get caught? Cop Killer. Do you know that song by Ice-T? I got my black shirt on. I got my black gloves on. I got my 12 gauge sawed off. I got my headlights turned off. Die, 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 pig, die. I love this song. I love the controversy it's causing. I love that Ice-T's record label dropped him because of it, and that the album's been pulled from stores and replaced with a new version without this track. Cop Killer, fuck police brutality. I carry a cassette of this album, Body Count, by Ice-T's heavy metal band Body Count, everywhere, and insist that people hear Cop Killer. I put it on at Anja's work in the middle of the day and dance on their corner dance floor. I put it on at home, clear all the furniture out of the dining room and dance to it there. I meet new friends in old. Damien's previous roommate, who runs an after-hours booze delivery service and has a copy of my fuck you business card on his fridge. The Jane's Addiction's neighbors. The strip club bouncer friend of Howie's. Everyone I meet has to be schooled. Cop Killer, how bullshit it is that it's censored, because all it does is take artistic revenge on the racist police and their racist supporters. Did you know how badly police abuse Black people and how bad the discrimination is against them? Did you? It's bullshit. It's bullshit, and it's not fair. Porn modeling pays better than clothing modeling if you aren't discovered, and I've posed naked for photos before. There's a professor with a pinhole camera. He chopped up the shots he took of me and compiled them in a half-abstract, half-realism work that appeared in a low-subscriber black and white magazine. It was art. And the disastrous attempt at porn modeling when Auden's brother Bradley suggested that he'd do it if I could. Guess I've blacked that one out of memory. I'm a stronger, harder person now. I won't cry during a shoot. Selling acid is legal, while selling photos of myself, posing for photos that others will sell, it's allowed.